Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Wednesday, October 15th. So, with me on the mic, I have my three fabulous co hosts, my Icy Chili, my Gorgeous Moon, and my Libra Queen. Hey, ladies.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
And I notice I always talk about who I have on the mic. I never shout out my listeners too. So shout out to the listeners as well, especially those like my Beezus and Hammy, baby. Y'all have been holding me down, especially in that chat. I appreciate y'all more than you know. Well, since it's still Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we like to highlight an organization. I found an amazing one today. I just love like learning about these organizations, and this one is called Breast of Us. So they're breastofus.com. I'm actually going to post their about me page and just kind of go over what their mission is and stuff. So give me one sec. Let me post that. Oh, okay. So you all should see where I shared the link for the Breast of Us, and it says their mission: making the rest of their life the best of their life. So it says a cancer diagnosis changes everything. As in, yes, and especially based off all the stories that we've heard so far, that is absolutely true. So it says, as a woman of color facing the biggest battle of your life, where do you even start looking for support or stories that resonate? You might hit up the internet hoping to find stories and faces of those who battled through treatment and come out on the other side looking like you. But sometimes it feels like you're searching for a needle in a haystack. You scroll through your socials looking for that spark of hope from others who are fighting the good fight or have danced in victory, but it's like something's missing. Enter For the Breast of Us. We're all about lighting that spark and filling in those gaps. Our whole vibe is to empower women of color who are dealing with breast cancer to live their best lives ever. From here on out, we're taking education that opens your eye. Excuse me. Here on out, we're talking education that opens your eyes, advocacy that gives you a voice, and a community that feels like home. We don't just talk the talk; we walk the walk. To empower women of color affected by breast cancer to make the rest of their lives the best of their lives through education, advocacy, and community. Then it goes on to say, where hope meets action. In the heart of our mission lies a simple yet profound belief. Every woman of color facing breast cancer deserves a community that sees her, understands her, and empowers her. For the Breast of Us is more than a platform. It's a movement dedicated to breaking down barriers, illuminating paths, and building bridges of support and empowerment for women of color navigating through their breast cancer journey. It says, our story for the Breast of Us was born to form a desire to fill a glaring void, the lack of representation and resources tailored to the unique experiences of women of color with breast cancer. Frustrated by the scarcity of stories, images, and support systems that reflected their realities, our founders envisioned a space where every woman could find connection, strength, and hope. Today, we stand as a testament to what can be achieved when we come together to support, educate, and advocate for one another. So, and then it says what we do, and they say the education, advocacy, and community. So they educate from understanding your diagnosis to navigating treatment options and survivorship. Our resources are designed to empower you with knowledge. Advocate, they say we're on the front lines fighting for policy changes, healthcare equity, and representation in breast cancer research and awareness. And then it says they build community. Through their private Facebook group, local meetups, and events, they're building a community where women can share their stories, find support, and inspire each other. So if you would like to donate to their cause, I will place the link to their directly to their donate section of their page in my donate button. So shout out to these ladies. Oh, and who are the founders? Let me go to the founders really quick. Give me one second. Marissa Thomas, co-founder and CEO. And there's I wonder if this is her picture. I'm looking for one of her doesn't look like I oh, here it is. My computer was just moving. Al, she is back. Look at this jumpsuit. Al, Marissa, you better work, girl. And it says, so Marissa Thomas, a dynamic woman of color and a visionary leader, was diagnosed with breast cancer at the tender age of 35. This life altering moment led her to co found For the Breast of Us in May of 2019, alongside Jasmine Sowers, another resilient breast cancer survivor. Their mission was clear: to craft a sanctuary where women of color battling breast cancer could find resources that directly speak to them, shared by voices they could relate to. So shout out to both Marissa Thomas and Jasmine Sowers, the founders of For the Breast of Us. And I love that name too. The Breast of Us, honey. So if you would like to know more, go to breastofus.com. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into the tea, honey.
Tea time.
Yes. We got some Diddy news, honey. We know we like to start off with that. So we know what's going to happen after he serves his time in jail. So I have this TMZ article here. And you should see where it says Diddy's special conditions after prison release revealed. So Diddy received a 50-month prison sentence just a couple of weeks ago. And we now know the special conditions he'll be facing when he gets out and begins his 5 years of supervised release. They're chock full of continued treatment for his issues. The fallen mogul's special conditions of supervision were filed as part of the judgment in his criminal case Wednesday, and they include some pretty standard fare. Diddy must submit to searches, and he cannot contact the victims in the case for any reason. Diddy will have to participate in outpatient treatment programs for drug abuse and mental health issues, where he will be required to take prescribed medicine unless a healthcare provider instructs him otherwise. The rapper must also participate in an approved program for domestic violence. No surprise there, everyone recalls the brutal Cassie beatdown caught on camera in a hotel hallway in LA in 2016. By the way, among the standard conditions for release is a line about not owning, possessing, or having access to a firearm or other destructive devices. Uh, Remember, Diddy's homes in Miami, LA, and New York were searched, and multiple firearms were recovered. Prosecutors said several of the weapons had scratched off serial numbers. I'm actually still not over that one myself personally, but okay. Because I just feel like they just kind of skipped over that in court. But okay, anyway. As you know, Judge Arun Subramanian sentenced Diddy to 4 years and change in a federal prison after his conviction on 2 counts of violating the Mann Act. He was acquitted on the sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Diddy still hasn't been assigned to a prison, though Judge Subramanian did say he thinks the mogul should serve his time as close as possible to the New York City metropolitan area. Diddy's attorney asked the court to recommend to the Bureau of Prisons that Diddy be shipped off to the low security Federal Correctional Institution, FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey. And now at least Diddy knows what his life will look like when he gets out of the joint. And we learned through Joe Dudice that, even though it's low security, it's still not going to be no easy way. So, hey, I mean, sounds pretty standard. It sounds like the anybody else would be convicted, they probably would go through the same thing after serving their time. So, I mean, personally, I when it comes to things like domestic violence, and I'm willing to be proven wrong about this, but I just feel like a class or a program is just not something that's a whole like once you cross that line, like I don't know if a program could and then again, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm willing to be proven wrong. It's just that it don't make sense to me. Somebody can do something so what's the word I'm looking for? Heinous, right? Like beating on their partner and have a pattern of doing it. And then you telling me that a program is no, what the program is going to do is make them hide their indiscretions a little bit better, I think. So I don't hey. But hey, this is what the court says he has to do. So that's that on that. This next story here, Nicki Minaj, child. So for those of you that want her to quit music, you might get your wish because she said that Jay-Z is making her quit music. And let me get the link here from Hot New Hip Hop. Now, I also did see something where it says, and I think that might have been fake news because I was actually looking for that story, but it said like after yesterday when we talked, or maybe it was the day before, but we talked about her saying that she had fraudulent charges on her Amex card. And then I saw another story say that she was losing her house because of a major debt, but I couldn't find anything on that story other than like that picture that it was posted on.
Yeah, I saw that too.
But I did see this. Now, this is she actually said this on Twitter, honey. So you should see where I just shared this hot new hip hop article. Nicki Minaj is quitting music, and it's all because of Jay Z, allegedly. Well, Nicki Minaj says she's scrapping her next album and won't be releasing any more music amid her long-standing beef with Jay Z and Rock Nation. She made the announcement on Twitter on Thursday after a fiery rant about her issues with the company and the company the legendary rapper founded. They came begging the Queen for a tour and album, and I said nope, laughing my ass off. Wanted to patch it up. They needed help from the Queen and the Barbs. I called the Barbs on the secret Barb phone, and it was a resounding no, just like the casino. She began referencing Jay Z's failed bid to obtain a casino license in New York City. Jay Z, let me find out you gonna let Desiree take the fall alone, Minaj continued. I don't blame you, that ugly asshole. Bitch gonna snitch anyway. You might as well beat her to it. Conspiracy, false imprisonment, civil rights violations, run. From there, she concluded, okay, I'm not gonna put out the album anymore. No more music. Hope you're happy now, Jay Z. Bye, Barbs. Love you for life. Minaj hasn't officially confirmed her next album, but did hit at a March 2026 release date last month. And then it goes on to say, why was Nicki and Jay Z beefing? So Nicki Minaj has been targeting Jay Z and Rock Nation's CEO Desiree Perez mm, on social media for many months. She previously complained about their decision to select Kendrick Lamar to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show instead of Lil Wayne. She's also alleged on many occasions that she wasn't properly compensated when Jay Z sold Tidal in 2021. In other news, Minaj has been making countless headlines for beefing with Cardi B in recent weeks. She began by joking about her relationship with Stefan Diggs on social media, which sparked a social media war between the two over the course of multiple days. And Cardi B just released her long-awaited sophomore album, "Am I the Drama?" Okay. And this is what she. I want to show y'all the picture that she tweeted with using AI, looking a damn fool. They say, okay, I'm not gonna put out the album anymore. No more music. Hope you're happy now. Then tag Jay Z. Bye, Barb's. Love you for life. Girl, what the hell? What the hell, Nikki? What is this?
Who cares? People are saying she probably didn't have an album anyway. This was just some bullshit to
Mhm.
overshadow Cardi's album release. Like, girl,
Mhm.
Probably,
Mhm.
probably, because she's definitely a hater like that. So probably.
Two things. This
mm,
Jay Z beef is so
just
one sided.
just
He's the
stop.
only one talking, and you're the
Manage your
only one
only
complaining
one.
that
And
you didn't get your money or whatever. Everybody else is fine. You, you the problem.
Cardi just going on with her life, getting all kind of little brand deals and presents and whatever. Girl, concentrate on your marriage and your Amex card.
And I know Carter's getting like I know she is having a good time in their bedroom, huh? Because one thing about bisexual men, they be putting it down. Allegedly, allegedly. So
How you just come up with that out of nowhere? Like, goddamn, Auntie.
I just don't want us to forget,
Yeah,
I advocate for my bi men. I think, you know, but even
I've
though
heard the
Stefan
word
has,
on the curb. I've heard that as well. I don't
like
know
the
from
pill.
personally.
it's very true.
Okay,
But
well, I'm mad
it
at
is
it.
important to say that Stefan has not come out. He has said that he is straight, but we know that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the Queen of England. How about that?
Work.
Period.
No, you can't be because people actually like you.
Hello. The only queen we recognize in England is Chile. Period. That's it. That's
Right?
all.
Well, our next so y'all remember we were talking about Darius McQuarrie, who famously played Eddie Winslow on Family Matters, and how his ass was arrested near the Mexican border.
Mm-hmm.
Well, child, that ass about to get some time for unpaid child support, child. And we were
Not
talking
being that
about like he isn't, yes, honey, but and just it's so stupid, like, child. So y'all
and
see,
the
I just shared. So y'all see, I just shared this link from Vibe, and it says Darius McQuarrie facing 4-year jail sentence for unpaid child support. Well, Darius McQuarrie's stupid ass, best known for his iconic role as Eddie Winslow on the hit 90s sitcom Family Matters, is now facing serious legal troubles, including a possible prison sentence of up to 4 years. According to US, the 49-year-old actor was arrested earlier this month on October 5th at the US Mexico border by the United States Border Patrol while reportedly en route to Mexico for a philanthropic mission to build houses for the needy. Girl. The arrest comes amid mounting legal issues tied to unpaid child support. McQuarrie, a California resident, had previously been charged with 4 felony counts related to delinquent child support payments. Michigan prosecutors allege he owed 95,523 in back child $523 in back child support as of March 31st of last year. He
Over
claimed
$1,600 monthly. He's that far behind. He ain't never paid.
exactly. Honey. He said,
Damn.
"Let me just spend this money on some Taco Bell, honey. Them kids will be all right."
How many? He hasn't for it to be that high off of that little amount of money.
Yes,
It
and
must have
get
been higher at one time. That's not even enough years for it to be that high, is it?
listen and get this, honey. It says he claimed he stopped making payments even while out on bond following the late 2023 arrest. They
Mm.
have pushed to have his bond revoked. Now, McQuarrie, because he's pretty much saying that he's not getting here we go. McQuarrie pushed back strongly. In August of 2024, he filed court documents requesting that a bench warrant issued after he missed requesting that a bench warrant issued after he missed a June 24th court hearing be dismissed. His legal team argues that the actor never received proper notice, citing logistical issues and health concerns.
Mm.
McCrary, a California resident and pillar of the community, was not present for the arraignment on the information on June 24th, 2024, because he did not receive the mailed notice to a P.O. box miles from his residence that is not checked daily as opposed to his residence in time to appear, said McCrary's lawyer, Ann Barlow. Nor did he receive an email as usually done. If he traveled from California to Michigan on June 24th of 2024, he would have put the public around him, including other travelers on the airplane, individuals in the courtroom, and others at risk of contracting COVID from the exposure to him. A representative for the actor added that the notice was sent to the wrong address and only arrived after the hearing had already taken place. McQuarrie maintains that he has a bonding, caring, fit, and loving relationship with his 3 minor children, including the one involved in this case. His rep also emphasized that the child in question had lived with McQuarrie for several years, describing their connection as a strong bond. McQuarrie, who Barlow claims has been railroaded, is expected to appear in court today, August 15th, for a crucial hearing that could determine whether he will face jail time. They're gonna throw his ass in jail. That's too much money that he owes. And do he have plans to pay it back? And he talking about he was going to Mexico for a philanthropic mission to help motherfuckers build houses. You got needy kids at home that you didn't pay no child support on, but you want to go help people in Mexico? Okay.
How old are the kids? Or kid? Do you know?
I can Google real quick. I don't know, but they're
Because they ought to be
minors.
damn near grown if it's been that long.
Let me see. Darius McCrary, children, ages. Let's see what pops up. Okay, so it says the daughter Zoe is 9 this year. Her son with Corinne Steffens, that age is not specified. But I imagine that because I remember when did they had the baby some time ago. So and it's only talking about the two kids according to this Google AI summary that I hate so much. Ugh, this is trash. How could Gemini be so good, but this AI summary is trash? I don't get it. Google, get it together. And y'all need to get it together with your Google News app quiet as it's kept. But oh, go ahead, Libra Queen.
So I have a few questions and comments. First of all, first question is, bitch, you could get don't felony charges for not paying your child support. Felony charges for not paying your child support. I am behoove. I did not know that.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
who Jesus, Lord, I need black men to do better. Um, also, he's embarrassing. Is he not embarrassed? Um, that amount of money, sir. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life right now? Like, what you mean? What you mean? And then also, you know what? I really need these Negroes to get in the paint and say, I want custody of my kids. You won't have this problem. Because if you get custody of them kids, guess what? You don't have to pay child support. Get custody of your kids, and then you won't have to be worried about paying a 4 year, you know, or facing a 4 year jail sentence because you too good to not pay the small bit of money um to help take care of your kids, but yet be quick to be like, well, I'm the father and I want this and I want that. Baby, what are you doing? Like, I'm just so confusion at this whole little situation. And then to be like, well, I had COVID. Sir, I need you to be fucking for real. If all the people, right, if all the people in the world who have child support cases and can give legitimate reasons why they have may have missed mail or whatever, he him, I ain't buying that shit. Sir, where's your PA? Why, if you know you got these cases, why aren't you staying on top of that? Because you know the first thing that's going to happen is going to be in TMZ. What are we doing here? I don't want it's not math, not mathing for me. So yeah, and I yield my time.
Baby, you said that beautifully, honey. Like, and you asking the questions that need to be asked. Like, okay, first of all, how did it get this far? What the hell are you doing? Are you okay? Like, uh, but yes, that is a thing. And I don't know if you remember during Kamala's campaign run, and she was actually trying to, address the black men she trying to get those votes from them, and a lot of them came up with they said that their first, and I a lot of people kind of dismissed it as a and I hate because this is gonna sound like I'm defending the cishet men because I'm really not, y'all. All I'm saying is I can kind of see just slightly where they were coming from because yes, they said that child support was one of their major concerns. And I'm guessing what they meant was how if you're not paying it, then you can get it's pretty much starts a whole domino effect of things. You get jail time. These are felony charges. You know it's hard to beat felony charges. So I mean, I guess, but still pay your motherfucking child support. You was
But
man
that's
enough to
not
nut
just
up
a
in it.
Kamala thing. That's in most states. If you don't pay your
Mm-hmm.
child support,
But
it
also
ain't that.
too, it's a personal responsibility. If you you did the crime of making a child
Mm-hmm.
that you are not responsible for, it sounds like a personal motherfucking problem because there are so many options to not get to that space in the first place. But men be thinking that they they above reproach, baby.
And I don't know because I know this is probably anecdotal evidence, but I don't know if the women in y'all life who y'all know, because I know especially in mine, child support is usually the last resort. That was because these girls put these motherfuckers on child support because they literally couldn't get anything else and couldn't get any help from them for their children. The girls
Correct.
did not want to actually go that route, but they had to because they needed the help. So is that the same with the women in y'all lives?
For the most part, but also too, when I start seeing like people who have, because I wanted to really have a deeper understanding of like how it works when you have multiple kids. When these men have multiple kids that they're all on child support, you know the amount of money that that person ends up paying, pennies on the fucking dollar. So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, this person put you on child support, but they getting $5 a month in fucking child support in comparison to what they got to pay out of pocket and all the front load of being the primary parent. So you not paying the money, the little aspect of money. You're intentionally not getting a straight job. You're intentionally not doing all these things. Be blowing my motherfucking mind. So when that argument about, oh, well, I can't do certain things, I'm getting restricted, I can't get a passport, or I'm facing jail time, or I'm doing all these things, comes about, that conversation happens, I be looking at motherfuckers crazy because again, there were so many steps that could have prevented you from getting to this point, but now that you're at this point, the path of least resistance is just to fucking pay. But no, men wanna hold on, wanna hold all the fucking cards and and don't want to pay the cost to be the boss. Crazy to me. But then again, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type, if I have a baby by you and we break up, you taking the baby with you.
I know that's right.
That's your baby. Put me on child support, it's no problem.
I know that's right. I love women in male dominated fields, honey. Word.
Hello. Beat you to it, boo. The fuck?
Well, hi, Stephanie. So good to see you. Well, y'all, our next story, honey. So do y'all remember where we talked about that weirdo David who allegedly dismembered that little girl? And remember how we talked about how they searched the home that he was staying in at the time, and that it was the landlord that came out to speak and stuff. Like said he pretty much saying how like there was no way that anybody could go in or out the house without him knowing because there's cameras and da 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 da. Well, that landlord is actually hiring his own private investigator. Um, uh, for what we would not find out. Well, you see where it says here by way of hot new hip hop, David's ex landlord hires private investigator to look into missing teen's death. What do you need them to investigate? like I, but okay. Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to figure out liability, like his exposure to liability, maybe.
Okay. I didn't think of that. Okay, good point. Well, it's been weeks since the remains of, and they keep calling the girl 15 years old. She was 13 when she was killed, but it says 15 year old Celeste Rivas was discovered in the trunk of David's impounded Tesla. Sadly, it doesn't look like her family is much closer to getting the answers they're looking for. According to TMZ, however, the owner of the Los Angeles home the Here With Me performer was renting recently hired a private investigator. The homeowner, and I'm going to mispronounce his name, but it says Mladen Trifanovic, says he hasn't heard anything from the police. Our private investigators' work is still ongoing, and I don't have any findings to share at this time, he told the outlet. It's still early in the process, and I want to respect both the LAPD's investigation and the memories of the victim. As for what police have to say about all this, they said this is an ongoing investigation. Once additional information is available to share with the public, it will be released by Media Relations Division. If anyone has any information about this investigation, they are urged to contact Robbery Homicide Division or LA Crime Stoppers. Then it goes on to say earlier this month, the Los Angeles Police Department confirmed that David is not currently a suspect in the case. They also reiterated that they don't know the cause of the missing teen's death. According to them, it likely occurred weeks before her remains were found. Excuse me. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause or manner of Miss Rivas Hernandez's death. As such, it remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. They added, RHD is thoroughly examining every aspect of the case to uncover the truth and seek justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez and her family. The nature of Rivas's alleged relationship to David, if there was one, remains unclear. No, it don't. And my whole thing is, who the hell is this motherfucker paying off at the LA Police Department? Because bitch, what do you mean? So remember when we first talked about it, honey, and I was kind of like people would when I said, 'cause I think I asked the question. I said they found a body in his car because, but this is before we even knew that it was a teenagers and everything. And I was like, they found a body in his car, and I said, well, was his car stolen? We found out it wasn't stolen. Oh, he's on tour at the moment. He hasn't said anything about it. The only thing he did do was like give the audience laboo and shit. I said, oh, this motherfucker did it. He killed that girl. So, but he's not yet a suspect according to the LAPD. Boy, I tell you, y'all said let me tell you something, LA Police Department. Just like the New York Police Department, y'all sit here trying to zhuzh up your image and stuff like that, trying to seem like you're actual humans and stuff. Stuff like this does not help. You are literally playing in the public's face. I don't like, and it's just this. I cannot imagine what that girl's family is going through at the moment. Like, I can't. It's but and you know what? Now it's starting to make sense why that private investigator was possibly hired. So it could have been for the reason that Quinn said, for liability reasons, or it could be because the the police department is clearly playing in people's faces. What do you mean this motherfucker is not a suspect? Listen, I think he's still a suspect, but I think it is collect more evidence, basically catch him slipping. They have to get him to relax and slip up.
Yeah, just because they're not calling him a suspect doesn't mean he isn't one. Because, I mean, I think it's fairly obvious that he would be a suspect. But the fact that the ex landlord is hiring a private investigator, that is a little weird, in my opinion. Like, what does he have to do with anything? I could see him talking to the police since the man lived there, but for him to go and hire a PI just seems a little different, in my opinion. But hey, if it helps solve the crime, more power to it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Libra Queen.
So I think I read an article somewhere, the one of the last times that we had talked about this, like after that, where essentially the reasoning behind not making him a suspect, a public suspect, or not trying to charge him with anything is because they're trying to get their ducks in a row because they don't feel they have enough evidence. And once they charge him, they have a X amount of time where like that ball gets rolling, um and
Yeah,
it's not, the case is not sewn up for them in their eyes to be able
right,
to convict him. And so that's that the article that I read, basically that's how what they spelled out was like they don't feel like they have enough to be able to prove it in court, is why he hasn't been the main target and hasn't been charged
well,
because the clock
officially
start. Yeah.
name the main target. He is the main target, but
Yeah.
until they have the evidence to actually charge him and make it stick, just watching crime shows, they can suspect you. They can even figure you did it, but until they have the evidence to prove it, they don't. They can't. They're not going to hold you. But
Yeah.
they're definitely looking at him. I would think, and he is the main suspect. But they're not going to call him that until they have evidence and saying, he's going to be arrested or whatever. And that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, same. They want a little bit more than circumstantial evidence. They want
Yeah.
real evidence that connects them
Hmm.
to it.
They trying to find it too, because this is crazy.
Hmm. Well, like my Libra Queen said, y'all better get y'all damn ducks in the row. Duck, duck, goose, bitch. Get the hair up and lock that motherfucker up. Because this is crazy. Oh, and I didn't even, I just realized I ain't say hey to my slay uncle. I'm reading her comments. Hey, boo.
And someone else
Well,
is here too.
Stephanie,
Stephanie.
yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, Stephanie.
Yes, honey. Stephanie, cool people. What's up, girl? Well,
Yeah.
speaking of someone who's not a cool person, honey, Clarissa Shields. I swear, I want to like this girl so bad, but everything that I have seen that involves her, oh my god! Like, so why is she throwing shots at Layla Ali? And I mean, she is throwing shots, honey, being nasty. Oh,
I think it was a talk about them supposed to be fighting.
oh, well, no, that's
Maybe
not gonna
that's what I.
happen.
Layla said
She
she would have to pay her a certain amount, and Clarissa jumped on that, and now I guess she's trying to goad her into, trying to fight her. Is all how I see it. But Clarissa is an asshole. Let's face it.
She really is. And at this point, after what she said, honey, you don't need Layla don't need to fight her in the ring, honey. She need to meet her ass like in the Walmart parking lot or something. Give her a good old fashioned beat down, honey. Because are you kidding me, girl? Let me share my screen, and I'm going to play this TikTok clip that they have in this Vibe article. But you kind of see the headline that they have here. Clarissa Shield questions Layla Ali's boxing legacy and says that she is just Muhammad Ali's daughter.
And what is
Y'all heard
she? Please. I
it.
mean,
She is
oh
just
Lord.
Papoose' side piece. If you really want to wake
Hello.
it up.
Ooh. Yeah,
Well,
she
let's
talk.
see what this side piece has to say.
I seen that thing with you and Layla Ali going on. Is that's not gonna happen? That fight?
Come on now, listen.
Did she turn the money down?
She did, and I'm gonna take the high road like Terrence Crawford and say she was the best in her era. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Ann Wolf was the best in her era, and I'm the best in this era. Layla Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter, and
No, come on, we ain't gonna do
no,
that.
that is right.
Come on, come on, Layla can rumble
fighting.
though.
She can't rumble like Ann Wolf. I said who's the best from that era. Ann Wolf would have knocked Layla Ali out. You know who Ann Wolf is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you know.
Okay.
Because she would have knocked Layla so pretty ass out. That's the truth.
See when you talking. Damn, it's hard to even come back for this one because I love Layla too. I love you, and it's just like I just wanted to see some competitive action going on.
Right.
I don't think it'd be as competitive as everybody think. I think that she's a big woman. She got big hands, big feet, big head. But as far as in boxing skills,
God damn.
my boxing skills are way better than hers.
So you
Jesus
think this
be
should just be
offense. Can we?
a young champion beating up an old champion?
No, this would just be the greatest woman of all time, showing why she's the greatest woman of all time.
Girl. Now I want to whoop her ass. Okay.
Mm-mm.
That I too now want to whoop her ass. I feel like if we get enough of us together, we finna knock her out. Okay.
I'm not.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
look,
But I
okay.
also don't fight fair, so that's on the
I
table. But I
I
know
get
a bitch with a terrible weave in this picture, leave out looking
mm,
crazy, hard in the face, head ass. It's not
that
talking about
sound like
Layla. I motherfucking Lee. I know you.
hater.
I
She
know you
sound
fucking
like
lying,
a hater.
baby. The CTE is real. Whew, good God Almighty. And then we got Yes Man Pat back there. Please, sir.
Honey, don't
Please,
even get me
He
sir.
get
started on
beat up.
him.
He probably get beat up. Oh
Get the fuck.
Lord.
Okay, get beat up air day. Please shut the fuck up before I get Remy Ma on your ass. Oh Lord.
So we have a comment saying, "Don't fall for it. This is typical how fights are promoted. Fighters trash each other at the end. But that's the thing. There is no fight.
Exactly. There's no fight. But that, you know what? I don't want to be on record
That's what I
talking
was
about
gonna
black
say.
women. But
I mean, there's a level
that
of
one
shit
right
talking,
there, that one right there, yeah, she could get these hands.
but
Hmm.
Is
there's a
in a
level
hollow
of
point.
shit talking. But that was disrespectful, and I don't know if I like that at all. Mm-mm.
There, y'all see how that's exactly how I was. I'm like, girl, you could have did like some trash talk, but no, you was talking shit, like cash shit, and it was
Where's she
unnecessary.
from?
Where is she from? Let me go Google real quick.
Clarissa. The only Clarissa we acknowledge is Clarissa explains it all. Okay.
Okay,
What's
and her
her
brother
name?
Ferg face.
Hello. The fuck.
Well, we don't acknowledge her either, honey, because she's a Republican, but that's another
Okay, well,
conversation for
we like
another time.
the legacy, okay? Old, the old joint before it got tainted, before she got tainted.
Hmm.
Jesus Lord, we can't have nothing. Shit.
Oh, Clarissa's from Flint, Michigan. Okay.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Shout
All
out
her
to
life, she had
Flint.
to fight for some water. Mm,
Oh my God.
interesting,
Oh my God.
interesting. It makes perfect sense, baby. She got lead in the brain. I know
Oh
it.
my God. Oh my- Oh, I have to say allegedly, allegedly.
Allegedly, allegedly.
Well, I think there was just a whole big, like, she big, with big hands, big feet. Like, I'm like, girl,
Hmm.
what was really?
Right. But big rocks in that braid. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
But trust me, honey, she gonna get everything she deserved with that Pisces man, honey. I be trying to warn y'all about Pisces men all the time, and she just will. She got a name tat, got his name
Not
tattooed
too
on her
like
and everything.
not too much, okay? Not too much. Not too much
Li-
on Pisces men, okay? Not too much.
Listen,
Now, mind you, my daddy was a Pisces, and he ain't shit. Sort of. Allegedly, he wasn't shit. I don't know nothing about that, but not too much, okay? Because that's my man. That was my man.
let me tell you something. See, nobody warned me. That's why I'm warning everybody else, honey.
Well, maybe romantically that might be a well. Actually, I'm dead. Ooh, you might be a little piece right. I wouldn't. Not a February one. A March one, cool though.
Not even them either. The only Pisces that are cool are the women.
See, see. I don't know, but I can't speak to all. What I will put it like this: I have technically four parents. One is I have two that are Pisces. My father, God rest his soul, is a March Pisces. My mother, who raised me, is a February Pisces. And there's a
Hey,
reason why I don't. There's a reason why I don't talk to her, but I
wait
don't
a
want
minute.
to put that.
Wait a minute.
I listen. I don't, and this is why I'm trying to clarify. I don't want to put it on the fact that she's a Pisces because I think she's just unhinged.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah. So I don't think all Pisces are bad. Again, I love my father. Okay, but
Well, I'm a
yeah.
Pisces and you love me, so.
Absolutely, and that's a fact. Put it on a record. Yeah, that's a fact. Period.
Oh, I think I'm Stephanie. Are you Pisces gang too? Because I see the emojis. Well, shout out to the Pisces women.
Her hubby is.
Oh, oh. Well, I wish I could give you the biggest hug. Shout out to hubby. Shout out to hubby.
But
Hey,
Tommy,
you know,
I think Papoose loves her because she's everything Remy wasn't as far as loving on him. I could agree with that commenter because she definitely dotes on him.
hmm
Unlike Remy, not to say that Remy didn't love him, but Clarissa is definitely into him and putting tattoos on her and everything. And ooh, okay,
Isn't
yeah,
there a significant age difference? And someone also said that she act like this her first boyfriend. Like this
she
is the first
does.
boyfriend she ever had. I was like, oh
So
wow.
yes and yes. There now, you know I'm not because with my history of loving older men, honey. I'm not gonna comment on that age
There's no
difference.
shame. There's no shame. No shame.
But yes, we can't ignore that there is one, and this is not. He's a 54 or 55-year-old divorced man, pretty much trying to get and taking this 30-year-old girl, and like it's not a good look.
I mean, but I mean, you know what? I'm gonna just not say nothing else. So I don't have nothing nice to say.
Oh, and we have another Libra queen up in here. Shout out to you. Y'all know how I feel about my sister sign, Libras.
Period. Wake it up in our season. Hallelujah.
Yes. Well, speaking of big people, because remember how she said that Layla Ali was big, but guess who else is not big anymore? Y'all
Not big
remember?
on the radio.
Shout out to Wanda. May she continue to rest in peace. But so y'all remember Quentin Aaron, who played in The Blind Side?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Baby, he lost a lot of weight. And
Not
y'all
GOP1. Oh
mm-hmm.
wow.
And you should see where it says here, Blindside actor Quentin Aaron shares 200-pound weight loss journey. And y'all would never guess how he said he lost the weight.
Them
He's
shots.
well, no, he said
Uh,
intermittent fasting and fucking.
okay, well, you know what, namesake, name twin. You go ahead with your bad self, okay?
okay. So fasting. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, the Blind Side star Quentin Aaron has been on an up and down battle with his weight. But right now he's up. by being down 200 pounds. Quentin Aaron tells TMZ, at my heaviest, I was 575 pounds. As of today, I am 370 pounds. What's even more incredible, he did it all without Ozempic. Quentin says he tried the drug about a year ago because he's diabetic, but stopped after he had an allergic reaction. So, what's his secret? Quentin tells us, I have been doing intermittent fasting and since my marriage, having a lot of cardio in the bedroom. Can't be mad at that, but bedroom cardio isn't the only way Quentin's bride, Margarita, has helped him with those monumental feats after the couple married in December of 2024. Mentally, physically, and emotionally, she has been my confidant and shelter through my storms, Quentin says. I truly believe God was blessing me with one of his angels when he sent her to me. She helped me get over my depression and so much more. She loves to tell people that she only does 5% and I do the other 95%, but I believe she's much more important in my life than she ever gives herself credit for. Quentin says before his marriage, he became a depressive eater after his mom passed away in 2008. But his wife, who he met on TikTok, helped pull him out of it. And he's not even done yet. Quentin says he's still 20 pounds shy of his goal. And then it ends with, let's get it, Quentin. We're all rooting for you. Yeah. Let me just kind of show y'all I'm gonna share my screen and show y'all the pictures of him. So y'all see this one, his pants. Then you see the before and after. So this is him 2020, and this is him from yesterday. You see the difference. Go ahead, Libra Queen.
This ain't got nothing to do with his weight loss. I'm so proud of him. But that girl is a March Pisces. I just wanted to put that on record.
Oh, okay. Well, this is Margarita right here. Margarita, okay, girl. Well, shout out to her, honey. From what he said, honey, he said lots of cardio in the bedroom, honey. So, you better work, girl.
Make it do what it do.
Look, I ain't mad at it. Look, if he's happy, they seem happy. I'm happy for him. So that is that on that. But yep, y'all. So intermittent fasting and fucking. Try it out and see how it works for you. Oh, this next story. So do y'all remember we talked briefly about Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau and how they got spotted on that? They pretty much probably paid the paparazzi to come out and spot their fucking asses together. Well, how about they are saying that, bitch, this is a midlife crisis for Justin Trudeau, honey. And, and I was like, oh, wow. So I have this link here from page 6. Oh, it didn't share, right? So I'm going to just share my screen and that way we can read it together. And this is a page 6 exclusive. And you should see where it says Justin Trudeau's romance with Katy Perry is midlife crisis after marriage breakup, according to a source. So it starts with Justin Trudeau is 53, divorced, and unemployed, and cuddling up to Katy Perry on a yacht wearing nothing but a pair of jeans. Dating Katy may just be Justin's answer to going to Burning Man, said a Canadian Society source. It's a bit of a midlife crisis. Trudeau resigned as Prime Minister of Canada in January after a decade in the hot seat. Y'all see the pictures. These are the pictures that we talked about. His exit came after his wife of 18 years, Sophie Gregoire Trudeau, called time on their relationship in August 2023. Trudeau didn't want his marriage to end while he was in office, but sources said Sophie, who was 50, was pressed for it. Now, Perry might just be how Trudeau gets his groove back. He is sowing his oats all over again, the Society source told page 6. He's free from the ties of office and his marriage. Another friend said this is a big exhale for Trudeau, having after having spent much of his 40s straitjacketed with his duties. Girl, what started as a fling may end up being good for both Trudeau and Perry, who turns 41 on October 25th. They both need a boost, and it may be a mutually beneficial thing, said one insider, who noted the duo have high profile mutual friends, including Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his wife, Lauren Sanchez. Bezos and Trudeau were pictured together in 2008, while Sanchez and Perry are great pals. However, sources told us the Bezoses did not introduce the new couple because they was fucking on each other's wife behind their back. They ain't need help in being introduced anyway. Allegedly, allegedly. I don't think anyone knows. I don't think anyone that knows him is surprised that Justin would date someone famous, said the Society source. It does echo his father. It's in his DNA to do this. Former Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, who died in 2000, famously dated a string of famous women from Barbara Streisand to Kim Cattrall. The younger Trudeau, meanwhile, used to be a high school drama teacher, and I always come back to that explaining his personality. He wants to be on stage. Who better to date than spotlight loving Katy Perry? And she is definitely that. But anyway, who has never been shy about her relationships with men like John Mayer, ex husband Russell Brand, and former fiance Orlando Bloom, from whom she announced her split in July. On Monday, Perry cheekily winked at the paparazzi photos of her and Trudeau getting very close on a yacht near Santa Barbara. When a fan proposed to her on stage, Perry quipped, "No wonder I fall for English men all the time, but not anymore. You know, you should have really asked me about 48 hours ago." Girl, bye. You know what? I'm actually over this story. I'm gonna just stop right here because I don't want to read no more of it, child. But yeah, they said that this is they're not surprised that this is happening, and this is basically a midlife crisis. I mean, hey, there you go. Girl, Mr. Trudeau, if you know what I know about that girl, you will run far, far away. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all, honey, speaking of celebrity myths. So do y'all remember when we talked about, and I know y'all are not going to read it, y'all probably ain't even going to go anywhere near this book. Y'all probably won't even put the name of this book in y'all Google search because y'all don't want the shit on your algorithms. But Kevin Federline, remember how he's writing his memoir?
Jesus.
Well, honey, he is talking, honey. And I have this TMZ article, and you all should see where it says here Kevin Federline accuses Britney Spears of cheating on him with a woman, honey. With a woman. So it was actually Britney who kissed the
Who?
girl and liked it, not Katy Perry.
Why would we be surprised by that?
Because apparently, according to him, he's monogamous. He was looking for monogamy with Britney.
Honey, no, he
As a
wasn't.
cheater? A
As a
cheater? Talking about being a. Oh, wow, that's
wake it
You know
crazy.
up.
what? Control Alt Delete this one too. Let's move forward,
Hello,
cause
hello, hello.
this is foolery. Mm-mm,
It really
mm-mm.
is. Now I won't read the entire thing, but I do want to read where he was talking about the ordeal. I was like, oh, he made it sound so dramatic, honey. So it says in an excerpt from his new book obtained by USA Today, Kevin says the alleged incident happened during a wild night on tour in Amsterdam back at their hotel. So Kevin Federline writes, Brittany and I went to our room, but shortly after she said she'd be right back. At first, I didn't think much of it. The hotel floor was ours. They had booked it for the entire tour, so everyone's rooms were nearby. But as time passed, I began to wonder what was taking so long. Kevin Federline continues, eventually, I decided to check if everything was okay. I stepped into the hallway, our door still cracked, like most on the floor, and headed towards the elevators. As I passed one of the rooms, I glanced inside and froze. There she was. Teresa was sitting on the edge of the bed, and Brittany stood between her legs, hands on her face, and they were expletive going at it, full on making out. It was one of those moments that hits you so fast, your brain can't even begin to process it. You just stand there stunned, not sure what's real. I didn't say a word, just stood there watching. For a second, nobody moved. Then they both looked up and saw me, and I turned and walked away. My heart was racing, but not with excitement. It was something colder, a sudden clarity. That what this wasn't what I signed up for. So I got the hell out of there. As soon as I got back to our room, I grabbed my suitcase and started packing. At that point, I cared about nothing else. I just wanted out. And then he ends it with saying Brittany saw him packing and pretty much begged him to stay and blah 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 blah.
For kissing, please.
Wow.
Okay.
You mean to tell me he had the audacity to get missed when he left his girlfriend? and the mother of his children to be with Britney Spears. Huh, the audacity. Huh.
You say that's one thing that that's one thing a man will, especially a straight man, will never run out of, honey. Audacity. He gonna always have plenty of it in his back pocket, even in
Hello,
an
wait,
emergency supply.
He got a savings account full of that shit.
hello.
Okay. I honestly wish it would have been a little bit more interesting. He could have at least lied. He could have made it more like, then I saw her and Brittany was like, she had her face deep in that girl's coochie, honey. Like she was able to tell what the girl had for lunch. But that's the kind of stuff I wanted to hear. But no, just kissing like this, that little girl bye. So that's that on that, honey. Enough about him. Ain't nobody gonna read that damn book. And let, this next story, y'all. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, they want somebody to care about their fucking asses so bad. Like it's almost, it looks desperate. So let me share this link from TMZ. Well, first of all, they got engaged. Congratulations, I guess, whatever. But we're gonna listen to a clip of them talking about it. And y'all should see where it says here. Former GMA co-host TJ Holmes and Amy Robach are engaged. And they announced it on their podcast, which we learned that they had here. Do y'all remember the Memorial Day show that we did? And I was just casually reading. I was like, yeah, in a new podcast by TJ Holmes and Chill had to say, well, hold up, stop. Who was that podcast? I was like, oh, girl, I didn't even notice. I was just reading. But they announced this bullshit on it. And just kind of listen to how they talk about it. Ugh, they are so, let me share my screen, child. Like, I wish you would just go be happy with your white woman and leave the rest of us alone, honey. But let's let this load and we can listen to this audio. Today, girl. Okay.
There, folks. Hey there, folks. Amy and TJ here. Just wanted to hop on because we had something we wanted to share with you all quickly.
That's right. Am I making the announcement?
Well, you're kind of taking away from the announcement. It's not supposed to be an announcement. We were just sharing something.
Okay, we are sharing with all of you that we are engaged. And we've been engaged for just about a month now.
Yes. So we're actually surprised that we're just now talking about it. We wanted to let you all know before anybody else was able to. We've learned that lesson, I guess, in the past about our relationship, that we want to be the first to talk about it. But we figured, Robe, this is a little late because we have been in front of crowds of tens of thousands
Yes.
with you dangling a ring in everybody's face every chance you could, and nobody said a word.
I was in 3 massive football
Yes.
stadiums, 3 weekends in a row, wearing my engagement ring very proudly, very excitedly, and kept waiting for somebody to point it out or ask me, hey, what's that? And it never happened. And if people saw it, maybe they were just being polite, didn't want to. I think a lot of people who are close to us, who love us and know us, understand what we've been through. And so they don't want to pry.
Sure,
That
maybe
might
that
have
was
been
it.
what it was.
But come on, it was 70,000 people in Reynolds Razorback Stadium. That was one
Boy, we
weekend.
do
Another
not
weekend, we're
care.
down between the hedges in Georgia for a football
These
game, and then
last
you were
3
at
stories are
Boulder
killing me
You know
already.
so 3 straight weekends, and we just knew,
The
oh, somebody's
volume's
gonna
so
know, it's gonna get
loud
out,
though.
fine, whatever.
Why?
So we haven't been keeping it a.
Mm, mm, mm,
We
mm.
do not care. 70,000 people and nobody noticed. Bitch, we don't care. She got this
Exactly. She
massive
said
ring
three
on.
different weekends.
Girl,
Three
you're
different weekends. She tried to put it in people's face, and we like, girl, we saw it. We just don't give a damn. We'll like,
Nobody asked her a damn thing about that ring.
um,
one thing I will tell you though, honey, to the both of you, you lose them how you get them,
hello,
and
that's what I'm sure about to say. But also too, we don't want no more updates. Leave us out the group chat. Thank you.
They want people
they
to
want
care
us to
so
love
bad.
their union so bad, honey. Like they want us to think that they are a Disney movie fairy tale ending
Mm.
happily ever after type shit. I wish they would just leave us
I feel like
alone, honey.
I feel like they're forcing it because they know if they break up after all of this has happened, they look crazy.
Especially TJ's fucking ass, honey. When I tell you, like, I was actually a fan. I was a fan, but this shit
Both
right
of
here.
them. I watch Good Morning America every day. I'm like, are y'all for real?
Well, Amy was alright. She was alright.
I mean, she was cool. I followed her story when she had breast cancer. You know, she was good.
Hmm.
I don't know what Moon is saying.
Oh, she
Oh,
said she was
sorry.
cool and she followed her journey like with breast cancer and stuff.
Oh,
Well, honey, if you know what I know, you'll keep it from your man, honey. Keep them breasts away from anyway. Ooh, girl. Speaking of somebody else you need to keep away from your man, and Nene famously told her this, Kim Zolciak. She said,
mm,
stay away from, what you know, she said, close your legs to married men. That's what she said. And apparently, Kim
That's her
has not
brand.
learned that lesson. Allegedly,
That's her.
alleged. Are they friends?
No, I said that's her brand. That's always been her brand. I don't watch reality TV like that, but everything that I know about Real House of Atlanta, right? Real House of
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, that was her brand. Mr. Big or Mr. Somebody, the Pocket Man original. Ooh, Jesus.
Look, I forgot
My
that guy's name, but
eyes.
yep.
we,
You so
we need to we need a watch warning, a trigger warning, or something. But yeah, that's our brand.
You right. You are right, honey. And clearly she ain't learned. What was Big Papa? That's what she called the guy. And I think we learned that Big Papa allegedly was he was the head of like the Atlanta Metro or something like that. The martyr, something child. But honey, she done found her a whole new man now. And baby, she was subpoenaed. And y'all see where it says here by this TMZ article, Kim Zolciak subpoenaed in another couple's high stake divorce case.
mm.
And y'all, I was like, well, hold up now, because at first I wasn't even gonna read it. I was like, let me just read the story, because I honestly I got tired of hearing about both Kim and Croy. So I was like, but baby, I'm glad I did read this shit. So Kim Zolciak's fighting to avoid sitting for a deposition in another couple's divorce proceedings. Nothing to do with her own split from Corey Bierman. And there's a whole lot of money on the line. The reality star has filed a motion to squash a subpoena in Jillian Green and Kyle Mowatt's divorce, arguing the document she was served in a parking lot recently is unreasonable, oppressive, and intended to annoy and embarrass her. And her lawyers don't think the court should make her comply with it, according to US Weekly. Sounding just like a white woman. Anyway, according to an affidavit from the process server in the case, they served Kim papers on Saturday, September 20th, just after 7 p.m. in the parking lot of her son's school before his football game. The process server says they pulled up behind Kim's car and yelled her name. When she turned, they handed her the documents and left. It's unclear how Zolciak is connected to the divorce case. US Weekly reports Green asked for any and all documents regarding or pertaining to your financial relationship with Kyle Mowitz, including but not limited to gifts given or received from Kyle, expenses paid on your behalf by Mr. Mowitz or any business in which he is connected, monies loaned to you, and monies paid to you by Mr. Mowitz or any businesses with which he is connected. Kim says she was previously negotiated with Green's attorney in order to avoid a public spectacle, asking for a confidentiality agreement in order to provide information relevant to the case. Since she's a well-known celeb, since she's a well-known celeb who garners tons of media attention, the deposition was scheduled for today, October 15th. Zolciak claims negotiations fell apart when Green's lawyers felt her requests were too restrictive and complicated. Zolciak says she didn't hear from this other legal team again until she was subpoenaed just last month at her son's school. Kim Zolciak's pretty upset about the way she was served, by the way, with her lawyers chastising the other side for doing it so publicly, in full view of her son, his friends, and their parents. When Kim claims she was previously willing to cooperate with their request. As for what's on the line for this divorce, U.S. Weekly reports Green previously put in legal documents that she and her estranged husband have $100 million in a trust, so they aren't fighting over a few peanuts, baby. And I did some googling on who Cal Moitz is, and it says Cal Moitz is the co-founder, managing partner, and CEO of the Imperium Blue group of companies, including its subsidiaries and affiliates. Cal is responsible for Imperium Blue's overall structuring, acquisition, and financing activities domestically and abroad. So he
Money.
sounds very important, right? Green money, honey.
Money, honey.
And now Kim ass is getting subpoenaed for not closing her legs to that married rich man, honey, allegedly. Girl, I mean, the
I mean, don't knock. I'm not gonna knock her hustle. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Got good stuff to pay for. Do you, boo? Get your bills paid, boo. Get the
Mhm.
milk for free. Hey, I'm all for equal opportunity. Okay, you fucking up people's lives though. I don't support that. But on the finances, I get it. People doing it every day, be. But you being messy where you got to be called in to testify.
And not
Mm,
not discreet with it. Like obviously putting yourself in a position to be subpoenaed.
Mhm.
You know the man is married. I could subpoena her too if I was the wife.
hello, but also too, what really people need to wake up is that people do not have enough fear of their own lives, right? Because if I knew that I was sleeping with someone else's man, I know my mind, right? And if
Mhm.
I was sleeping with someone else's man and I'm getting all his goods and all his money and all this, and that, I'm gonna be very discreet simply because of the fact that people are insane, and they are insane when they're angry and in love, and all the emotions are up in the air doing all those things. Baby, you will lose your life playing with the wrong one.
Mhm.
So I just need, a little more self preservation. It's not clicking. I don't know, but
And, and now she got to go into the court, give a whole list of all the gifts and things that he done bought and flights he done paid for, clothes and stuff. She got to provide a list, a detailed list of everything, honey. And they're gonna use that against his ass in that divorce for that $1 million trust that they have. Child, messy, 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 messy. Well, I got two more stories left. This other story is very messy as well. Um, so I don't know if you all have seen this, but DMX's uncle, his uncle Ray, is actually talking about like what happened behind the funeral and pretty much put out there that no, he tried to ask for help and nobody wanted to help him except a nice woman named Jermaine.
Oh,
hmm So let me share this all hip hop link. Oh, my bad. So it's actually DMX's former man. I thought it was his real uncle, but his name is Uncle Ray. Excuse me, y'all. But DMX's former manager, Uncle Ray, speaks his untold truth behind X's funeral. So, Earl DMX Simmons is a longtime manager, Uncle Ray Copeland. Oh, it is his uncle. It's the longtime manager and uncle. So his name is Ray Copeland, known in the music industry as Uncle Ray, says he figured out how to cover the late rapper's funeral costs after record labels and music associates refused to contribute. In an exclusive interview with All Hip Hop, Copeland said he pulled together a consortium of people that put up $150,000 to organize DMX's 2021 funeral. Copeland said he initially received little to no financial support from Rough Riders, Def Jam Records, or any other industry figures who were closely affiliated with the artist. When it was time to bury X, I was on the phone with everybody. Rough Riders, Swiss Beats, Steve Rifkin, Def Jam, Copeland said. I told them what it was going to cost. Everybody said I ain't got it. So I hung up the phone and said, forget it. I'll put this together myself. Copeland said the entire funeral, including the high profile memorial at Brooklyn's Barclays Center, was arranged through his own efforts with help from business associate Jermaine Miller and attorney Ron Sweeney. If it were not for Jermaine Miller, I would have never buried my nephew financially. She put up all the money for the funeral, all $150,000 of it, Copeland said in a text message outside of an in studio interview. At One World Studios, he explained that he did get help later, but it did not cover everything. Def Jam later gave me $35,000. That's it. They later told the media they paid for the funeral. That's not true. Kanye West took care of everything at the Barclays Center, he said. DMX died on April 9th in 2021 at the age of 50 following a heart attack. His death sparked an outpouring of tributes from fans and peers, but Copeland says that when the time came to handle his burial, few stepped forward to help financially. This man made us all millionaires, Copeland said, and I had to fight to put this together with his family, or with my family, excuse me. He confirmed that the rapper did not have a life insurance policy. Thank God for people that loved him and good relationships, he said. Copeland also disputed several details about the public's perception of DMX's funeral, including viral images showing a red monster truck carrying a casket through Brooklyn. X was not on top of that truck, he said. I wouldn't allow it because it wasn't safe. His body was in a hearse behind me going to the Barclays Center. He didn't leave the funeral home until the day of the service. He said he even considered holding a private funeral in Bronxville, New York, before deciding to proceed with a public memorial after speaking with family members. I almost did it right there in Bronxville, Copeland said. I had all the family together, but they told me, Ray, you can't do that. The public needs to say goodbye. So I finished it out. DMX, a Yonkers native, rose to fame in the late 1990s with Rough Riders Entertainment and Def Jam Recordings, releasing a string of multi platinum albums, including It's Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Known for his raw energy, gravely voice, and spiritual depth, he became one of the defining artists of hip hop's golden era. And it's not lost on me that he was a Sagittarius as well. Yes, but despite his commercial success, Copeland said DMX often felt disconnected from the industry and wary of those around him. He always said, I ain't got no friends in the industry, Copeland recalled, and he was right. When he passed, it showed. The funeral at Barclays Center drew thousands of fans and featured tributes from his family and musical peers. However, Copeland's remarks cast new light on what was happening behind the scenes, raising questions about accountability and loyalty within the music business. Everybody put out statements, hashtags, and tributes, Copeland said, but when it came time to actually do something, silence. Attempts to reach reps for Def Jam and Rough Riders Entertainment were unsuccessful. And then they got a clip where you can watch the entire interview in here. But yeah, Uncle Ray is talking, honey. He was like, "Oh, they trying to see him act like they, especially with Def Jam coming out acting like they paid for the whole funeral, knowing they did, and then they gave him $35,000 out of 150,000. When it was really Jermaine Miller who single handedly put up all that money for him to be buried properly. Yeah. So, and I just love how they gave that little brief education on DMX. Hey me, hey boo. Love how they gave that telling about talking about his album Hunting for Millennials and hell for Gen X's baby. DMX was a time. Do you hear me? That man was a time.
I wonder
So
why he couldn't get any donations from those people.
probably maybe when DMX was alive, remember he wasn't always the kindest. Like he probably I don't
Oh,
know. I'm just guessing.
yeah, maybe he burned some bridges. I mean, it happens.
Because we saw how he treated a Yana Van Zant, honey. That even though that was good TV, honey, that was really difficult to look at. So,
Yeah. Well, he got the money and DMX had his send off.
yep. And shout out to all the Jermaines of the world.
They good people. They good people.
Indeed. And she spells it the same way with a G.
Well, that's for girls. J is for guys.
See, I didn't know that. I thought it was unisex.
Every girl I've ever met with that name is spelled with a G.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, shout out to all the girls with a G. And also, with our last story, shout out to Outkast as well. Now, even though Big Boy has me blocked like a motherfucker on Twitter, I still love him. And they are actually being inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So Andre 3000 was right, honey. The South do got something to say, and they've been saying it, and I love this for them. But let me get this article I have here from a local TV station that talks about it, and I'm going to share my screen. But you all should see where it says Outkast to be inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Oh, how you make this full scroll? Here we go. Ooh,
is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of
let
Fame.
me.
They're going to have
Sorry, let me rewind so we can see it from the beginning.
own legendary hip hop duo Outkast is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're going to have some local star power introducing them. The Hall of Fame announced that fellow Atlanta musicians Killer Mike, Sleepy Brown, and JID are producers' favorite. They'll introduce Andre 3000 and Big Boy when they're introduced to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The ceremony is November 8th. It's going to be in LA, of course. It's going to be live streamed. You can catch it on Disney Plus.
How proud are we of them?
How great is that?
And this is going to be an awesome thing on Disney Plus, Hulu.
Yeah. So y'all will be able to watch the ceremony on Disney Plus and Hulu when they are inducted to the Hall of Fame. I might check it out, even though Big Boy has me blocked. I'm actually still pissed about that. I did kind of say something a little smart, and I think I know exactly what made him block. Because usually when I tweeted about Big Boy, it was usually like positive. Oh, not this bitch in the chat talking about some smart man. I got you. And you know what, bitch? I am so glad you were not here at the time I was going over Kim Zolciak messing around with that married man. Because I know you was gonna read my ass to filth in that chat, honey. And you know what? We just don't need that today. But no, but shout out to them. That is what's up. And then when it comes to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's not many rappers in there that I know who Run DMC, I believe, Missy Elliott just got in there. Who let me Google real quick. Rappers in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, actually way more than I thought. So it says Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, they were the first. Run DMC, NWA, Tupac, the Notorious B.I.G., LL Cool J, Jay Z, Eminem, and the Beastie Boys. Um, and now Outkast. So shout out to them. Well, y'all, that was all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out and before I go and watch the rest of my stories, did any of you have any tea that you want to share? Any tea that I might have missed?
No, sir.
All right. Well, y'all, it is always a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. Please do not forget to either email or email or hit me up on social media if you would like to come on and tell your survivor story, or if you have any organizations that you would like to promote. Hit me up at auntie@auntiederek.com or shout out on social media wherever you see me. We will be back tomorrow for another live show at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Until then, I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.